Huh. Hey, Slime Boy, look at this. It's a letter from the YouTube Game Critic Council saying if I don't review a bad game, I'm gonna lose my Game Critic license?
What? Let me see that. Oh, wow.
I know, it sucks, right?
Huh? Yeah, sure, whatever. I was just amazed that in this letter written by online gaming personalities, they managed to not say one slur.
What? Give me that. Huh. We're doing the mad about an old video game thing today. Roll the theme song. Huh. Not one slur.
Hear about Willis and Kaspersky?
No.
Yeah, they got caught giving Willis's mother a ride to bingo in the back of the
You
squad.
told me that yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Did you do that?
No.
Real funny.
He's mischievous. And he's in a city full of tough bosses, mind-bending puzzles, and mutant vegetables. Jersey Devil.
Oh! Get off of me!
Jersey Devil on the PlayStation 1 was released in North America in 1998, PAL regions in 1997, and Japan in 1999. These are some primo years for video games. Final Fantasy VII, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Sonic R. Some premium games were coming out these years. Can you feel the sunshine? Does it brighten up your day? So the standards are high. It was developed by Behavior. Yeah, I had to look that up. Now the goal of each level is to collect the NARF tokens to open the door. NARF. The controls aren't the best, though it's not fair to hold it up to the standards of the classics at the time, and certainly not fair to compare it to games of today. But it's pretty clunky. You have two attacks. Your first is a punch, which locks you in place, and where and how it hits is kinda unclear. The other is your tailspin attack, which starts to make me think that they might have been trying to copy Crash Bandicoot, but it's just one thing, it could be just a coincidence. In each level, there are a set number of nitro crates you can smash for a collectible, and TNT crates you can throw to hurt enemies. Nitro and TNT crates? Wonder where they thought of those. Whoa. That's good, I like that a lot. You collect pumpkins, and those are your basic coins or collectibles from, you know, your Mari Man type game. Woohoo, it is I, the Mari Man. It's I, the Mari Man. As I progress through this game, I just can't help but mention these controls again. It's just, you have both a manual jump and you also jump at the ledge like in Ocarina of Time, but the reason Ocarina of Time jumps at the ledge is because they don't have a manual jump, so really you need to pick one or the other and kind of build the game around that, otherwise it's just a mess and you wind up jumping when you don't want to and dying when you don't want to. But I guess this was a different time for games. 3D controls were fairly new, and smaller studios didn't have the time or resources to make them perfect. So I feel really cruel to nitpick about little issues and crap all over this game.
Aren't you supposed to be crapping all over this game? Isn't that, like, why it's funny or whatever?
Yeah, but I don't like doing that. I don't want to do videos on bad games just to dump all over them. It's really low-hanging fruit. I mean, the standards and knowledge of video games has changed so much in the 13 years since this has come out. They were probably trying their best. In 2020, I have different standards, but I'm sure in 1997, my 6-year-old self would have thought this game was fine. Not to mention, in recent years, it's become much more public knowledge that game devs have always faced poor treatment and punishingly short development times. They face pressure from producers to neglect their physical and mental health in order to crunch these games out by unrealistic deadlines. One might think that the developers becoming miserable might affect the overall quality of the game. It just seems unfair to tear into aspects of this game when the devs likely poured their heart and soul into it while facing awful treatment from the producers. Heck, the first game I ever did a game review on, Rascal, I complained about it a ton. I learned recently that Traveler's Tales, while making Rascal, not only had their lead developer torn away mid-development, but they also received last-minute demands to completely change the controls. Make it play like Tomb Raider! That's popular! The producers said, not realizing that Tomb Raider has tank controls for a reason. Rascal would have been much more fun with more traditional 3D control scheme like Mario 64, which we've come to accept as the standard, which is what they had originally intended. So now I feel like a big old jerk for digging into that game. You gotta remember, when 3D games were new, nobody had any idea how to make a character and camera control in 3D, especially with the limited buttons on the controller at the time. And angry game reviews have been done. No shame on anyone who does them. Have fun with it. They're pretty cool to watch. It's a weird way to say that. Yes. Diarrhea donkey dicks. What were they thinking? Ass. Diarrhea donkey dicks. What were they thinking? Ass. It was so good. James Rolfe can be credited with the creation of this kind of video with the Angry Video Game Nerd, and in the years following the initial popularity of that, there were a million imitators. Like Max. Besides, the vibe I always wanted was uncovering hidden gems and strange odysseys. Odysseys? Woo! Sorry. Besides, the vibe I always wanted was uncovering hidden gems and strange oddities. I want to share my joy with a cool, weird thing I found that my audience might not have heard of, like, spell checker for the Game Boy and calculator. So I really don't want to dump all over Jersey Devil.
But you have to, or else they'll take away your stupid license thing or whatever.
Do I really have to?
I guess if another person did it on the channel, it'd probably work fine.
I think I might know just the right guy for the job. Slime Boy!
Nope.
Okay, someone else. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, except for actual children who this video is not technically for, do not sue me, YouTube. My name is Mortimer Graves, and I will be your ringmaster in this circus of crap. With me, as always, is my lovely assistant, Lucius. Say hello, Lucius.
Look at this idiot, talking to a toy. Doesn't he know that toys can't talk?
Ah, he always knows how to get a crowd going. Anyways, this game opens up with a real ugly cutscene of some real ugly ding-dongs trying to experiment on our pointy little protagonist. He tears the place apart and escapes, and our scientist decides he needs to punish his little pumpkin assistant.
I hope you understand what this means.
Well, alright.
Wait, what is going on here?
Oh no, not again!
Well, that sucked, but it could have been immensely worse. At least my evil schemes have much better help. Right, Lucy? Succinct as always, my bony little friend. We cut to, I don't know, 200 years later? It went from crappy wooden shacks to modern-day New Jersey, but the scientist is still there, so who knows? He now has an army of mutant vegetables set to take over the world. With terrorism, apparently.
A wave of fear washes out over the city as unidentified terrorists continue to abduct innocent victims.
And in this, our protagonist seems to have found himself to be some sort of mashup of Batman the Animated Series with Kids WB show. I don't know. Lunatics Unleashed? Was Batman on Kids WB? I think it was. We finally get to the gameplay and ooh boy, does this not feel great. Moving sucks. Jumping sucks. Fighting sucks. This wingling demon has wings so he can fly. Whee! Spyro the Dragon has this glide and it's all like new. But Jersey Devil's glide is all like it's like that. You've got this terrible punch that locks you into place. You've got a spin move that's slightly better, I guess. Many of the enemies drop bombs after you hit them, which makes being locked in place by the punch all the more annoying. Basically, this game sucks. Not much more can be said about it. Unfair level design, terrible controls, give this game 1 top hat out of 10. Anyway, back to her. You sure do, you crazy little guy. Oh, so that's the bad game review. I guess I get to keep my game critic license or whatever.
So, are you gonna upload more often than like twice a year now?
I don't know. Here's hoping. Big thank you to my Patreon supporters who support me every month. Wonderful fans like Darrell Henry and Sheepy Tina. If you want to be one of those names, check out patreon.com/radnet and you can be one of those names. There's also bonus content that goes up on that page every once in a while if you want to take a look at that. There's some Let's Plays and junk. It's fun. They're funny. Now, to make a much more nuanced video. Top 10 baby-roonies in gaming. Ooga!